There's something nobody wants to say out loud. The camera you're waiting to afford is not the reason that you don't have clients. The camera you already own is. Because while you're saving up, somebody with worse gear than you is just booked their next job that you actually wanted. Let me give you guys a real world example. My first paid client job, I shot on a Sony a6100, entry level, under $1,000. They paid me $1,500. You know what they asked for before seeing me and booking me? My reels, right? Not my gear list. Not anything that I owned, already bought, or spent a bunch of money on. Not the camera specs that I have, but my work, right? Because clients don't pay for the size of your camera rig, they pay for the final results. And right now, your camera can already deliver that, but you convinced yourself it can't. And before you tell me your footage doesn't look professional enough, I'm going to show you the 3 systems that fixes that. No new gear required. Let's just get straight to the facts. Here's a trap that catches almost every filmmaker who is serious about their craft. And I mean the ones who are genuinely talented, not the ones who gave up after like 3 months. You tell yourself you'll start pitching clients when your reel is stronger. You'll reach out when you have like that one more piece of work that you can use. You'll raise your rates and you'll upgrade your camera body. And every month that passes, you'll get a little better at that craft and a little more comfortable, with the waiting, right? You see where I'm going here? Here's the harsh reality. Clients are not sitting around waiting for you to be ready. They have the budgets right now. They have deadlines that they need to hit right now. And they are giving that work to whoever shows up with confidence and a clear strategy, not whoever has the best slow motion specs. The camera you have right now is good enough to land paid work. I know because I've done it. The filmmakers I've watched build real businesses didn't have to wait for better gear. They built better systems. So today I'm breaking down the 3 things that actually land you to video clients. And none of them are, on B&H photo. Step 1, stop selling footage and start selling the outcome. This is the single biggest shift between filmmakers who struggle and filmmakers who have waiting lists. And it comes down to how you talk about your work. Most filmmakers pitch themselves like this. I shoot cinematic video content for businesses. And that sounds good, right? But here's what the business owner hears. Cost. They hear someone who is going to charge them money for something they, aren't sure they'll need. Here's the reframe. Instead of you leading with what you do, lead with what they get. I help local businesses turn their stories into video content that converts browsers into buyers. Same system, same service, completely different value proposition, right? Think about it like real estate. A camera operator is selling a business. A strategic filmmaker is selling what happens inside that building, the revenue, the growth, and the brand equity. Clients pay a premium for that building that promises results. So before you pitch another client, write one sentence that completes this framework. Let me help. I help specific type of business do specific outcome using your method. That sentence is your positioning statement. That goes on your website, that goes in your DMs, that goes in your emails. It goes everywhere. When you lead with that outcome, you stop being a vendor and you start being a partner. And partners get paid more, get referred, and they get hired faster every single time. Step 2, build a warm outreach system, not a cold email strategy. Here's where filmmakers go wrong when they decide to actively look for clients. They build a list of businesses, they write this generic email, they blast it out, and then they get ghosted, right? And then they conclude that the outreach didn't work for some reason. But not the outreach's problem, right? That's a temperature problem. Cold outreach is friction, and friction is the enemy of execution. Yours and theirs, honestly. Warm outreach works completely different. Here's the system. So pick 15 to, let's say 20 local businesses or brands that you generally you want to work with. Businesses whose story you care to tell, right? For 2 weeks, just like 2 weeks, engage with their content. Comment something real and specific. Share something that they put out. Show up for, as someone who actually, sees them for what they're building. Then when you reach out, you're not a stranger. You're a familiar face who has shown up for them. You reposted their stuff. That changes the entire dynamic of the conversation. And your message, look, just 3 sentences max, right? I've been following what you're building at business name. The story behind it is exactly the kind of thing I help brands bring to life on video. I work with type of business to create content that specific outcome. Would it make sense to jump on a quick call this week? That's it. No attachments, like no long reels, no videos, nothing. No essay, just a human talking to a human. 15 warm contacts, 2 weeks of showing up, 3-sentence message. That is the client getting the system. And it works with your camera that you already have. Real quick, if this is already reshaping what you think about landing clients, drop a comment below and tell me, what you're stuck at right now. And if this is valuable at all, just go hit that like button for me. It tells YouTube that this is worth putting in front of more filmmakers just like you who are trying to build something real, right? All right, let's finish this up. Step 3, build a portfolio that converts, not one that just impresses. Here's what nobody tells you about your reels when you're starting out. A beautiful reel that shows off the range is impressive to other filmmakers, but a client, especially a small business owner, is not watching your reel thinking, wow, that's incredible craft. They're watching that thing thinking, could this person help me tell my story? That is a completely different question, and most reels don't answer that. So here's what a converting portfolio looks like. 3 to 5 pieces of work, not 30. Everyone represents a specific type of client or industry that you really want to work in. And for each piece, you don't just show the video. You get a context. What was the business trying to accomplish? What did you deliver? What's happened after? When you talk to your clients about results that you've had with other people, they tend to love you just a little more, right? They all in it for the bucks. So you are not presenting a highlight reel. You're presenting a case study. That's what turns a viewer into a paying client. And here's the thing, you don't need 10 perfect pieces. If you don't have client work yet, create a specific piece. Reach out to a local business and offer to shoot something in exchange for permission to use it for your portfolio. Build the portfolio you want to have and then go get the clients that match it. Stop letting your gear limit your hustle. Your reel doesn't need a new camera. It needs a new strategy. Let me give you a real world example of all 3 of these working together. A filmmaker, under 2 years in, he had a Sony a6100, no formal clients yet. He used this exact system. He rewrote his bio using the outcome framework. He spent 2 weeks engaging with 15 local businesses he genuinely liked. He sent 3-sentence messages that we spoke about earlier. He built 3 spec pieces targeted specifically at food and hospitality brands. Within 6 weeks, he had 2 paying clients. His first invoice was $800. His second invoice was $1,200. Same camera he had from day one. Clients don't pay for your gear. They pay for your ability to see their story and deliver it. And your camera right now can do that. So to close this out, the camera you already have is not your limitation. The strategy you haven't built yet, that's your limitation. And now you have a system to fix it. Step 1, rewrite your positioning around outcomes. Step 2, build a warm outreach list and show up for 2 weeks before you pitch. Step 3, swap your reels for the converting portfolios that you want to send to a client. If you really want to see exactly how I set up my A6100 camera for every client job, every setting, every profile, every reason why, that video is coming next. Hit the subscribe so you don't miss that. Hit that like button, drop a comment, keep creating. Peace.